get started, I'd like to thank you all for coming out today. It's important to remember that this day isn't just an important one for us, the graduates, but for our families and friends as well. Without your constant support and motivation, none of us would be here where we are today. So thanks for that. If someone had told me 10 years ago that I'd be delivering a speech at graduation, I'd have been terrified. But I've changed in a lot of ways over the years. It's just too bad that this isn't one of them. Still terrified. But in any case, I'm greatly honored to have been given the opportunity to represent my class today and to say a few words about my own experiences here at Cambridge Springs. Now, as I'm sure you're all aware, school isn't always all that much fun, and it isn't always easy either. However, that we're all here before you today stands as a testament to our accomplishments, as proof of what we can do when we're willing to put forth the effort. During my time here at school, I've been taught a great many things. I've learned history, English, chemistry, physics, some calculus, and even a little about psychology. And believe it or not, I actually remember some of that stuff. But as important as such things may be, they aren't the things that 20 years from now will still be with us. Without a doubt, high school is meant to afford us all a basic education and to give us the foundational skills to be successful later in life. And I think it's done that. Yet a lot of the lessons we learned in high school went far beyond the academic, and it is these lessons that will have the most profound impact on our futures. One such thing high school has taught me is the value of hard work, the value of never giving up. Do you know what it means to take one step forward and 2 steps back? It means you've just got to take 3 more steps forward. As I mentioned earlier, classes aren't always easy, and that's a good thing. It's by overcoming such challenges that we are able to grow as individuals. Seeing as I'm speaking today as a valedictorian, you may assume that I got where I am today without much difficulty, that it's been easy. But there are a few concepts as universal as struggle. There have been many times when I didn't want to write that essay, to study for that test, or to work on that project at 4 in the morning. But I did it anyway. We all did. And why did we do it? Why go to all the trouble? We didn't really do it for our teachers, or to appease our parents. We did it for ourselves. So that when this day finally came, we could say that we had done it, that we had earned it. Nobody up here on this stage today is here by chance. We're here because we were willing to work for it. It's this sort of self-motivation, this drive to succeed, or simply giving up would have been easier, that will serve us well in our futures, whatever they may be. Yet sometimes, even when we put forth our best effort, we fail to reach our goals. In life, few things are as inevitable as failure. In most cases, lots of failure. Of course, nobody tries to fail, but maybe they should. Truth is, success can be difficult. In my experience, I've always found it useful to aim for failure. Now, perhaps this idea sounds counterintuitive. When you set unrealistic goals, you're almost certain to fall short. But that doesn't mean you can't still accomplish great things. It isn't always important that you meet your goals. What's important is that you set your goals high enough that you have space to grow. If you ever feel like you can accomplish something easily, then you should aim to do more. You don't get better by doing what's easy. You get better by attempting what's difficult. Sometimes it's good to be a little bit unreasonable. And when you inevitably find that you fail to meet your goals, you should take a moment to look around you and see where you've ended up. Chances are, you still made some pretty great accomplishments. When you shoot for the stars, you might just make it to the moon. And the moon's still a pretty impressive place. I think that if we all strive to do more, to be more than we think we can, we may just surprise ourselves. And on the occasions where we do find success, I think it's important to consider how we got there, for rarely do we truly accomplish anything on our own. It is only with the constant, unfailing support of our friends and families that we're able to do anything meaningful. For example, I doubt that I would have had the confidence to write and deliver the speech today if it weren't for Mr. Workmeister's constant and endless motivation and words of encouragement, for which I'm eternally grateful. While on the topic of recognition, I'd like to give a little shout out to the band. You're all sounding very nice tonight. My time playing in the band has been some of the best and most enjoyable time of my life, and I shall look back upon it fondly for many years to come. I was never in band because I was particularly good at it. I was only there because it was a lot of fun. So thanks for making my time in high school so much more fun. I love you guys. As many of you here today who know me may know, I'm a rather stubborn person. I've always found it important to be intransient in pursuit of one's ideals, to keep trying, to never give up. As such, one trait that I've always found particularly admirable is persistence. And I don't feel like my list of recognitions would be complete if I didn't recognize one particularly persistent individual. This individual has, for the past several months, and on at least 8 separate occasions, insisted that I say her name during my speech. So why not? Corey Schmidt, everybody. Chances are that in a year or two, nobody will remember anything that was said here today. But that's okay. What we'll remember is the people who are here with us and all the memories that we made together. During the time that I was lucky enough to spend with all of you up here on stage today, I've had a lot of fun. With a senior class like this one, nothing else is really possible. You guys really are a pretty amazing bunch. We may be a small group, but that only serves to drive us closer together. I can sincerely say that there are none amongst you here today that I don't consider to be my friend, and there's no one I'd rather graduate with than you guys. For the past decade, we dreamed of the moment that this day would come, the day when we would finally graduate, the day when our lives would really begin. But now that that time has finally come, I think I speak for all of us when I say that the experience has been a rather bittersweet one. Over the years, we've all been through a lot together, and we've been there for one another, through both the good times and the bad. And now the time has come when we must say our goodbyes. But although it's quite possible that many of us will never see each other again after tonight, I don't think that any of us will ever forget the friends we made during our time here together. I know I certainly won't. After today, we'll all be going our separate ways. A lot of us, myself included, will be furthering our formal education, be it in a trade school or enrolled in a traditional 4-year institution. We still have years of schooling ahead of us, some more time to hide from the real world. But this isn't true for all of us. For those of us who decided to enlist in the military or enter the workforce directly, the shield of childhood has been lifted. For some of these guys, life starts tomorrow. And I think they deserve some extra respect for the willingness to take some initiative and deviate from the standard path, to actively take charge of their futures. But regardless of where we go when the ceremony concludes, I'm certain that we'll all end up at the same destination. As successful, happy individuals doing what we love to do, whatever that may be. And to this end, I wish you all the best of luck. I'd like to take this opportunity to once again thank everyone who helped us get up here on the stage today. All the parents, grandparents, siblings, the aunts, the uncles, and the cousins. All the people who have been pushing us to succeed, to be better than we ever thought we could be. Thank you. And let us not forget all the educators here at the school who have spent years guiding us, shaping us, and giving us the tools to succeed in life. Thank you all for all that you've done, and for putting up with us for as long as you have. A building is only as strong as the foundation it's built upon, and yours has been a strong one. Before I go, I'd like to leave you all with one last piece of advice. Life is short, and the time goes by quickly. It's not enough to just sit around and wait for opportunities to present themselves. Sometimes, you've got to go out and make your own opportunities. A life without mistakes isn't possible. But it's always better to regret the things that you've done than to regret the things that you wish you had done, the opportunities you let slip away. So to the class of 2019, I ask that you not give up on your dreams. If you try hard enough and long enough, I know that you'll all get there eventually. And don't forget to have fun along the way. It has been an honor to speak to you today, and not one that I take lightly. I ask now that you join me in congratulating my class, Cambridge Springs' class of 2019.